Good evening. I'd like to introduce City Council Position 2 by Ross Shirley. He is running unopposed. Ross?
Thank you, Chuck. As Chuck said, I am running unopposed. It's my first foray into the political arena, and if you're going to start this, you should be unopposed. So, Evelyn, my wife, and I came to North Georgia many years ago, and we're fortunate to have returned after like 40 years or so. It's been a long journey, and we're really fortunate to move back here and also to have some of our family members here. After college, I was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the Army, where I served 3.5 years as a field artillery officer on active duty, and then I spent some time in the Reserve and Guard. After that Army time, we moved to Conyers, where I was a analyst and supervisor with Georgia Power Company for 32 years. Evelyn was a teacher during that time. This is a special city. It's always called us back here. We've always looked for ways to be here, and I'm truly blessed that 6 years ago we were able to retire and move here and make it our home. Since announcing my candidacy for council, I've had the opportunity to get around and speak to a lot of people. And from that, I've developed a list of common concerns and ideas. When elected, I strive to not lose sight of those ideas or concerns, and I want to represent everybody as fairly as I can when making those decisions. A little bit about me, though, is that one is I'm fiscally conservative. I'm mindful that the city operations are provided by somebody's tax dollars, and on a broader scale, I feel that government exists to serve the citizens. I think within a broad range of guidelines, people should be able to, and business should be able to, live their lives on a day-to-day basis as they see fit. And again, that's with some pretty broad guidelines, but we don't need a lot of government oversight. It needs to be a minimum. If we find that those trends are too prohibitive and we're causing struggles for people to live their life on a day-to-day basis or process, and then to have the businesses, it's a struggle for them to invest in stuff. We need to look at those ordinances and ensure that those things are as clean and as unintrusive as possible. One of the things that I want to do is to be more involved in the strategy. We've talked a little bit, and all the candidates have talked about the growth that's coming. And it needs to be in a controlled, smart manner, and I fully agree with that. I want to be part of that. One of the things that I would like to see and make sure that the city promotes is that we have an area or a city that brings in and it creates an environment where people want to live and work and invest. I think it's important that we do that. One of the things I would like to see is to have an industry come in that's not related to tourism. The reason I mention that is I think that the tourism folks, the Main Street guys, have done a fabulous job, and this is a wonderful city. But I think we need to broaden our tax base and also create employment opportunities for folks that live here but want to work here, but not necessarily in the tourism or service industry. I think that would be a big plus for us. We've got to keep our downtown vibrant. It's got to be a sense of community that is welcoming to all. But when I talk about our downtown, we're talking about the area around the courthouse. We got a lot bigger part of the city that, you know, many tourists come here and they never see. So we've got to look at that and make sure that we're growing not only the downtown piece, but also the rest of our city as well, to ensure that we're handling it in a smart way. We've got to continue to look for services that are of the best possible value. The other thing that I think is critical for our long-term success is the city must continue to develop and have relations with our partners in the community. I'm talking about the Lumpkin County folks, the Chamber of Commerce, our Downtown Merchants Association, as well as University of Georgia. I think that's just critical that we all pull together, and I think with the right teamwork and creative thinking, we can continue to have terrific long-term success that we've had and experienced up to this point. There's always some opportunities to improve on that, and I want to be part of that. I feel very fortunate to live here, and I look forward to being a member of the City Council. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Ross.